Greetings and welcome, fellow Corporation employees, to another episode of Let's Play Metal Fatigue. Alright, let's just finish this Neuropa base. Let's have a good look around as well.
Manpower exhausted.
Already? Alright. Alright, that is pretty much clear. Let's have you look over there. I mean, I think most of the enemy's buildings are still underground.
Manpower exhausted. Battle on surface.
Or not. But I'm not seeing any buildings, but that doesn't necessarily mean they aren't here. And this game requires a lot of scouting because even lifting the fog of war doesn't really do much. Once you have lost sight of your enemy, you'll lose sight. Which is why the recon poles are so darn convenient.
Vehicle complete.
Alright, let's just keep pushing them forward. Right, I'm hearing the noise of a digging vehicle, but I'm not seeing anything. Oh, there it is.
Vehicle complete. Vehicle complete. Build complete.
Alright, where's the rest of the Neuropan base? Yeah, that's the one part that the missile cars probably a little bit better at. They are slightly faster than the tanks. I think there's probably not much more on the surface. Looks like most of this is just blocked off anyway. Alright, let's keep daisy chaining the defense grid. I'm just waiting until it turns yellow. Yellow indicates that the building is not within the defense grid.
Energy banks full.
Alright.
Battle on surface.
Oh, found some enemies. Ah, we've defeated the enemy. Good, then we can just focus on getting the defense grid up. So we should be fairly close then.
Build complete. Mission log concluded. Isadora Toltec proved her worth in that first mission. She was as talented and resourceful as her reputation had indicated, but her assignment to Diego would ultimately have repercussions none could foresee. Diego's battle near the archaeology station provided evidence that Neuropa was violating the Corporation Alliance agreement. However, CTO Hansen's emphatic petition to declare war on Neuropa was denied. The Rimtech board insisted that all diplomatic efforts be explored first.
Fools! Alright, so we get all the points for this mission? Good. Let's continue.
The fragile coalition of the Corponations was nurtured through years of considerable effort by Rimtech. In spite of repeated attempts to negotiate a settlement, the alliance was disintegrating. Neuropa's possession of superior heat-off technology was an advantage that CTO Hansen decided to neutralize. Since heat-off biotech rapidly degenerates when damaged, researching combot technology would have to be accomplished in the battlefield. To achieve Hansen's goals, Diego was sent to the Rimtech-owned region of the fauna world, Heat-Off 3. If he encountered hostile Neuropa forces, Diego was ordered to destroy the enemy presence and research at least 2 of their combat parts. Also, a high-speed data probe would be passing near the sector 52 minutes after Diego's scheduled arrival. If he could complete his research in that time, the probe would relay the data sooner than would otherwise be possible. A significant bonus would be rewarded for meeting the deadline.
Alright, so you just vanquish the Neuropa forces, research 2 enemy combat parts. If I do it in 52 minutes, that's an extra bonus, yay. And Diego and Isadora must survive. Alright, so we get outposts, which can allow us to go into orbit. But we cannot use them to go underground, unfortunately. But we already have a means of getting underground. And we need to have a research facility so we can research anything we knock off the enemy. We also get some things of our own, armor fists, recon legs, drunk missile torso, and some other things like mobile artillery and some defenses, yay, as well as the solar panels. Anyway, personal log, Angelus, Diego, serial, blah blah, entry 2295-102. The board is being cautious. Rimtech has always stood for peace, but I wonder if we can really keep the alliance together this time. CTO Hansen is concerned about the new combat tech that Neuropa's been using. He's sure it comes from that arm Jonas found, and now there's no question he went over. Hell, Neuropa's been touting his defection all over the comm spectrum. My brother has turned traitor. In my heart, I knew he had, but I didn't want to accept it. Our father fought and died for Rimtech. Now Jonas has dishonored his memory by going over to Neuropa. He's brought shame upon the Angelus name. Isadora tells me that I can restore honor to the family by my successors. I hope she's right. My staff is really going to be tested in our new mission. It's going to be a tight one, as we'll have less than an hour to complete our research in order to make the uplink. A big bonus is riding on making that uplink, and damn it, I'm going to make it. Maybe a big success on my part will make people here forget what Jonas has done. Yeah, I don't think so though. Alright, let's continue. Right, points. Well, Isadora is already high level. Let's give Diego points first. Let's get the vehicles up first. And I have 6 points left. I'll give it to Alpha 2. We may bring them into the field. Alright, let's continue. Alright, so I'm just gonna put in a bit of a save here before I forget again. Alright, so we now have access to the upper layer as well as the lower layer, although we can't see in that just yet. Let's see, we don't have a drill truck on this one. And this mission is going to be a little bit more tricky than the other missions before us. Let's put that over there. Now we already have plenty of energy and plenty of manpower at our disposal. We can just focus on getting done what needs to be done.
Build completed.
So I'll just set that over there. Now I can't build any power plants or solar panels up here, but that's fine.
Build completed.
Just put another mobile wall. That's also one of the innovations this game made that I find endearing, really. Static defenses have never been all that useful in RTS games, for the most part. They are always a little bit meh. So having mobile defenses is kind of neat, although, again, yeah.
Build completed.
I want to believe that they are good, but practice does not prove that true in many occasions. Alright, let's get... Can't build a research facility. Alright, let's also get some other trucks.
Vehicle complete.
Alright, and I can have this one have a laser turret. Now there's two types of defensive turrets, of regular turrets I can build right now. It's essentially the gun turret and the laser turret. The gun turret essentially does kinetic damage for the most part, and the laser turret mostly does energy damage. The big difference is that the gun turret uses a arcing fire, which is sort of like an artillery barrage. It's effective, but very prone to miss, whereas the laser turret is very likely to hit, but does relatively little damage. Something to keep in mind. Alright, I think we're just about ready, so let's get going. Let's get all our things going and set you up over there. Now, I want you...
Battle on surface.
Yeah, we'll do that in a moment. Build some solar panels. Now, solar panels are probably never going to completely replace the lava generation.
Battle on surface. Build completed.
Alright, and we also want to have some new units going.
Vehicle complete.
Now, there's plenty more stuff I can build, but at the Armor Fist requires that I build some research.
Is low.
So let's get that going as well. I do find that I'm often a little bit frustrated by the fact that you cannot always guess whether or not you can actually shoot through something. I mean, when you just saw my tanks were all standing on a stack, they pretty much could shoot at the same target. But not so much over here. Alright, let's see. The defense grid extends to over there, so I'll just move my towers forward a bit. And put down a defense relay just to make sure that it's within range. Since we're fighting against Neuropa forces, I'll want to have mostly kinetic defenses. Although I do want to have the ability to hit stuff with the regular turrets. Right, a little bit low on energy. Now, building stuff up here is a fairly safe bet since there's no means for the enemy to do anything about it. But I can also want to deprive the enemy of any ability to do anything that truly annoys me. Alright, let's go downstairs. As you can see, the enemy is already building several stations up here. And they already have someone defending over this over here. Now, this I cannot touch. I just don't have the means to get over there. But this I can probably still stop if I try. It does require that I go over there though, and at the moment it doesn't really make any difference because because of that. Alright, let's go find the lava pool.
Battle on surface. Build completed.
Alright. Well,
Build completed. Combat construction possible. Vehicle complete.
alright, so let's get the mobile wall set up over there. And you can just keep on building solar panels to improve the amount of energy I get per turn. Or per tick, rather. Oh, look at that. Combat part. Yeah, there's a lot of combat parts scattered all over the area that I'll probably want to pick up.
Build completed. Combat part completed. Vehicle complete.
Alright, that should give us at least enough initial defense. Although my next building is probably gonna be another cryo farm because I'm running out of power. Running out of manpower.
Vehicle complete.
Now, defeating Europa is both tricky and not so tricky.
Energy is low. Build
It just depends on whether or not I can actually get enough forces in the right area. Because because of playing this mission, I know that the enemy has a base over here, as well as over here.
Vehicle complete.
Right. And the building is finished. Laser turret. And they have pretty much got the same idea.
Build completed. Build completed. Vehicle complete.
Alright, at least we got some spare power now. Just turn that off for now.
Battle in orbit.
They managed to get that tower up sooner. Nuts.
Vehicle complete. Build completed. Build completed. Energy is low. Vehicle complete.
And it looks like the enemy has a bit of a manpower problem. Manpower problems for the enemy are great. It doesn't happen very often. The AI is usually very good at making sure that doesn't happen. Alright, let's also get some parts for Isadora.
Vehicle complete. Build completed. Build completed.
And I may as well bring out the Alpha crew. Alright. Yeah, this will give me plenty of stuff. Also, let's go pick up that combot part, because that will be useful. Now, we can also build the artillery piece. The artillery pieces are essentially your base destroyers. However, they are also very competent at killing enemy units.
Completed.
They are, however, unbelievably slow. To a point that you wonder why bother bringing those along. But they are, in vehicle terms, also the best choice you have for actually defeating enemy combots. Since they can do relatively good damage at long ranges. Which is something you can't really rely on a lot of the time. Alright. Probably want another vehicle factory. And sounds like we've got incoming, but we'll have to see about that next time. Thank you all for watching.